Hello, my name is Carl Wengler. I am the founder of a few different startups. I wanted to talk today and generate some information about some of the businesses that I am planning on launching. I'm in the early seed stage right now, early development of uh, multiple a multitude of startups. And the biggest thing is culture and values within the startups. If I could find a similar company who had, really similar values, maybe not spot on, but we both kind of had the same picture, I'd be more than happy to work for that company. Second, um, I think that I am very innovative. I'm very creative. I'm highly talented in competing with creating new startups that are valuable to the economy and also profitable. I've seen a lot of success with identical ideas that have been um, captured and produced and distributed to the public and have been very successful financially, have received millions, if not billions of dollars in funding and also generated uh, that much money in profits. So I know I have a founder's touch. I know I belong in some type of business setting. It's what I'm passionate about. It's interesting just the timing of everything that's gone on over the last 6 months, primarily just the last 3 months. It's really hit me, and I've gotten really into getting on Angels List, getting on Strictly VC, and it's really it's really hit me, and I've learned that all the things that I've thought about over the last 10 years, people are doing. And I know there's probably hundreds of thousands of people like me that'll say the same thing, like, oh, I had that idea, that's great. Well, good for them and good for me. I feel very moved and touched when I see uh, the same type of business models that I've formed and never did anything about being successful. Am I late to the party? Very late as far as getting my own, um, you know, focus and drive channeled into capitalizing in these markets. Do I have confidence now that may be a long road, may not be easy at all times, may have some challenges along the way? Yes. Is my job harder because I have to come to the table with a clean slate? I'm getting back to the drawing board. I obviously can't quite expect the same results in some of the ideas that have already started. Um, the new services are out there, the competition's harder. Um, is there somewhat of an opportunity cost of all the things that I haven't um, adopted as far as my general learning and skill set goes with being a founder, things I should already know and have some proficiency in? Yes, I would definitely say there are. Where's my team? We're not exactly formed at all. I'm a team of one right now. I've done um, a lot of comprehending of online content, and it's great, because I listen to everything kind of with a grain of salt, because to some degree there's very good content, and I think that there's pieces of it that I need to focus on at this point. For the most part, I'm really grateful for the content, and it's helped me tremendously. Um, I've been some really good speakers, and I do take most of the things to heart. I'll have to take that back. It's not that I take things with a grain of salt. I do take most things to heart. They speak very loudly, clearly to me, and so back to the startups. I start businesses based on a balance of my creativity and interest to make people's lives better, and also the multitude of challenges that I've had in society, with my own issues in trying to progress, accomplish goals, move forward, live a healthy, responsible life. Um, I'm very accountable and responsible for my actions, and not achieving my goals. I'll never point the finger at anybody, except for myself. I'm a humble person. My core values and morals are are very driven by appreciation, gratitude, respect, abundance, and equality. I think that um, integrity, if I left that one out there, I'll add that one in now. So, I may not be the most charismatic, on my toes type person with some, striking comment or feedback. Things do take me a little bit to process. I've been through a lot, personally, emotionally, physically. Um, I'm not quite so much here to talk about that as I am to talk about where I would like to go from here. Lately, I've been growing, and I'm 31 years old. I have a lot of um, I have a lot more growing to do in different segments of my life. Um, this is primarily, um, I don't want to say academically. In some senses, I feel like the academic and knowledge foundation needs to be established. I need to get repetitions in management, in um, all aspects of being a founder, forming a team, professionalism. You could say that's where I'm headed. That's what I'm attracted to. Uh, as you can see, my hair's falling out. I have wrinkles. I've been through a lot of things, and I'm a socially impacting type of founder. I believe in helping people. Um, I want to say human artificial intelligence is one thing that I'm really passionate about right now. If you don't understand what that means, it's about well, I'm still working on my pitches and my three sentences and grabbing the attention and all that stuff. So, we'll come to that later. We'll say being confused is a good thing, and not that I'm confused, but I don't want to drag on um, I don't want to go on talking about the details and my personal opinions of the functions of my startup quite yet. Uh, they're very detailed. They all aim at wellness, uh, helping people feel good, be educated, have confidence, have abundance, have choice, empowering people, supporting people, achieve more of their uh, passions, their goals, their interests, their aspirations, their contributions, whatever it may be. Uh, I think there needs to be a system that monitors a person's actions and behaviors and rewards them, almost meeting them halfway in some instances. And when I say artificial human intelligence, that's what I'm referring to, is the fact that life is kind of something I want to disrupt. I don't think that life is a winning cause. I think it's failing dramatically. Just the traditional go out in life and try to do this. It needs a lot of adjusting, in my opinion, if You know, to some people say, you know, pain and suffering is the cornerstone for growth and this and that. And okay, I get that. I mean, you have to learn some things on your own, but I think once you've demonstrated to an extent that you're responsible, you're um, reliable, you're committed, you're involved, you're positive, you're hardworking, your um, you know, your values and morals align with what I want to create as a system core value belief, then hey, you know, it's like you should be on the offense. You shouldn't be on the defense. You should be out here living your life. You know, if you can continue to model, you know, positive values and a positive lifestyle, then what more suffering do you need to experience? I feel like myself and many other people have uh, experienced suffering and at the hands of their own decisions. Granted, you know, when I say accountable, I'm very accountable. I realize, well, if I had kept that job or been able to suck up the time when, you know, I felt like my coworkers were attacking me for no reason, or, you know, my roommate went just crazy, and or, you know, I just stressed out because there's like these people on the bus who were just in my mind I let disturb my thinking and my emotional state because of their, you know, substance abuse or, you know, intoxication level and mental state. It was a little unsettling to my peace. So, you know, I mean, everybody has coping methods. You know, mine has been food for years. I've used food and exercise to an extent. I've used junk food, ice cream, cookies, chocolate. I don't go off and yell at people or try to prove my alpha dog or, you know, be a big bad man and control people. And you know, I'm not that kind of person when I get frustrated. I do have frustrations, but uh, I don't know if that's a bad thing that I've only taken them out on myself. You know, I've communicated them with my best friend, who even there we have. I'm not frustrated with him, but I'm very alone in this world. That would be the best way to put it, as far as providing for myself, caring for my physical needs. Um, it's pretty much myself, and it's been hard. I'm a very open-minded person. I see people for people. I believe that all people have, you know, different ethnic backgrounds. Um, you know, nobody's necessarily better or worse than anybody. I think everybody has kind of, you know, things that they're good at and things that they're not good at, and that's kind of what I like to go off of. I'm not going to talk about my huge, grand, long-term, you know, visions that I have for, like, you know, an exponential startup business where I think that I'm going to make $1 trillion in 10 years and I'm going to literally change the world. You know, that's one thing my dad always said. He said, you know, there's just some things you can't control, and there's just some things you just can't change, and you worry too much. And, you know, I'm at a point in my life now, you know, my dad was the closest family member. Again, this is another thing, I don't have family. Um, I have a love for my family members, but I wouldn't say I have a family. Um, Growing up, we had a great support system, and we were all close, and then everything just fizzled out. Everybody went their own way, and everybody, you know, we talk from time to time, but if I say, hey, can I come stay with you, or, you know, or can you help me with this, or can you help me with that, it's like, we've never really had that kind of connection ever. Not to say that's what defines family. Um, it's even the moral support. I think the moral support and communication is a big thing. The physical support is another big thing that I would 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 throw defining family in the pot of what I consider family. And hey, it's another one of my startup visions is, what do we do with people that don't have families? Can we simulate a family environment, support group, connection? Um, um, yeah, I think, artificial intelligence is coming, but where's the human intelligence right now? You know, um, I just feel that I've had a lot of problems that I have not been able to solve. I see, in my opinion, I see some problems, and I see some opportunities to support people and make their lives better. Um, Creatively, when I go out on a profit, efficiency, sustainable type mission in my mind for business development. Yeah, there have been, you know, a lot of mobile applications that, um, and services that I have thought of. I'll say Uber, okay, Airbnb. The share part of it, I had Uber spot on in 2004. Um, Airbnb, I didn't have the share piece of it developed in about 2008. I had the idea of renting out, utilizing a home and for business as far as the online retail stuff goes. Um, that services, the online concierge, the mobile concierge, um, storing solar energy, some of the travel apps that help you find stuff to do. I do want to kind of get into some more kind of like proximity networking, uh, not Tinder, but something kind of like that platform, but just to network with people that are in your proximity, kind of lets you know who's around, this person's available. So, the whole going up to somebody is kind of a little daunting, but if you can like kind of, give them a preview and see if you guys may want a connection, I think that's one way to connect people. So, I mean, you have that for LinkedIn to some degree. But if you're in a room with somebody or at a cafe and you're like, I think, we could actually have a live chat right now and shake this person's hand. If we have something in common that we may, mutually be beneficial, or I may just feel like giving this person something. I may not have something to take from the situation, but I would like to give this person some advice or encouragement or some insight, something along those lines. I feel like that would be good. So getting back to the whole sustainable thing, I think that you've got healthy food apps, delivery services um, that prepare the healthy food. That's one major thing I'm getting into. Um, at some point, I will want to start that function as soon as possible, like today. That is my single viable, profitable product that I'm trying to launch right now. Screw all the scaling and all this and that. I'm focused on the aha moment. I'm focused on making my product as good as possible so the marketing will go smooth. I can talk to you all day about this product that I have here, and I'm not even so much worried about profits right now if I can't do it and profit. Um, because I'm very underfunded, to say the least. That's okay. I'm in the bootstrapping phase. You hear stories of people bootstrapping. I think bootstrapping is beautiful. Um, it's kind of one of these things where you say, I'm just going to do it and see where the bootstrap takes me. I'm going to pour my heart into it. I'm going to live in the experience, the moment, the feeling, not so much my head, the numbers. Um, all that stuff may come together later, kind of the idea, but it's the mission, it's the goal. it's the action, you know. Yeah, I've had times where I've actually had the financial to get my, healthy food ingredients together, and but at that time I was focused on playing in the NBA or the NFL and training, and I was like, well, once I get that contract, I'll have money to do this and that, and I was supposed to be in the NFL and the NBA 6 times right now, and that's another thing I look at and say, well, I didn't have the discipline to not put the cookies, to put the cookies down and to not be distracted by these outside factors, whether it's a hostile manager or I don't have a girlfriend right now, so I'm gonna pull my hair out and go eat ice cream, or um, you know, I I think I had a lot of stress at work and a lot of stress around my home environment, and um, certain people I wouldn't point the fingers at and say it was that person who did that, but I wasn't able to manage the things that I was going through in life alone, and I felt very alone. And I was in some toxic friendships. Another thing right now, if you're in a toxic relationship, whether it's a friendship or a romantic relationship, um, I mean, I wouldn't say, because they say that some friendships are like that and people stay in them for years. One person's like, oh yeah, I'm just constantly getting, berated and belittled by this person all the time, and like that's just how we go. Um, I don't feel like support, but it's the only support I have around. So it's the level of pain. We're both on the same level of pain. So, I'm just attracted to this person, and you know, I don't know how to really explain it, but um, I don't recommend it. This is my advice, but you need to take care of yourself, I think, and you need to love yourself. And for me, even if I had to go smoke cigarettes for 2 months because it was so stressful not having anybody, um, to communicate with, I think that I did myself a favor by getting out of friendship and around people um, who don't value you as a person and respect you and are supportive of you. I think having good people around can make a world of difference. Um, and when I get back to this artificial human intelligence, I think that's a big part of what we need to create, as far as supporting one another and judging people. I think that a person should be judged on their actions and their behaviors, um, and be held accountable. It's not like, I mean, how are people going to learn if they are given, third and fourth, sixth and seventh chances? Um, for me, that's what I took. It may have taken that long for myself to learn how to, you know, eat healthy food when I get stressed out instead of, resorting to this and that. But in general, I think I don't strike anybody else in a negative impact except for myself. That's where I'd say that when it comes to influencing and impacting another person's life in a harmful manner, that's never acceptable. That doesn't cause anything but pain and suffering towards another person. And I don't think it should ever happen at the hands of another person. If an individual decides that they are frustrated and they need to take something out on themselves, then that's not an ideal situation either. But I think it's better than um, going and raising hell with another person and disrupting their life in a negative way. Um, I've got another startup for simulating situations like that and coping methods to hostile situations. The biggest thing is support, and coping strategies. Anyways, back to what I was saying. I don't think toxic relationships are healthy at all. Um, I'm on a good page in my life, to say the least. I have a lot of things I'm suffering from currently right now. I'm living in an apartment where I think there's formaldehyde in the laminate flooring. It's like one of those lumber liquidators things that came from, um, I think there's formaldehyde, granite. I enjoy sleeping on the floor on a little mat and cot because it's good for my back. I have my knees jacked up, it's locked up, it's like, my back, it's my neck, it's my UCL joint. It's the when I try to open a window to air the apartment out, there's a huge vent from the next door building that's been blowing in these other exhaust from, it's just chemicals everywhere, toxins, and I mean, I've had no choice but to, eat as healthy as I can, try and get exercise. Um, it's and I've injured myself in the gym 3 times, plantar fasciitis, uh, you know, first metatarsal joint, big toe injuries. I mean, I'm a walking injury, right now. Um, and I'm to the point where I would love to support myself with more healthy things, and I'm working hard on bootstrapping. The beautiful art of bootstrapping, when you hear about some people who are in a situation where they're maybe frustrated, maybe unhappy, dissatisfied with their current situation, they say, hey, I'm going to put as much energy as I can into this. I'm not happy with this in my life, and I'm going to do everything I can with to the best of my power and mental abilities to change it. And in the things that I think I'm the most talented in or most passionate about, and see what happens. Right now there's a risk-reward factor, and there's past experiences where I feel like, 9 to 5s just aren't going to get you anywhere. Corporate environments, I'm not really fit for those. Half of it is, why do I want to sell my innovative, creative business ideas to a company for maybe $100,000 a year or $200,000 a year when I'm going to be battling, not with corporate rats, but to some degree it's going to be not cutthroat, maybe cutthroat. I don't think it's going to be a kumbaya, you know, peace party, um, or where we all smoke the peace pipe and we're like, yeah, this is just great. Corporate environments are very, very tough. So I don't even think I would last in something like that. And those aren't the kind of values I share. I am losing a little life on my battery, so I'm going to end this now. Thank you very much for watching. If you're an investor or anybody with interest, I've got a lot more talking to do. I can talk for hours, I can listen for hours, I can hopefully work for hours if my eyes don't get blurred out. Thank you so much. Bye.